What is up, everybody? Welcome. Hopefully, you didn't hear what I just heard in my ear, but welcome to Tilt City here at FSI. I'm Alex Hooper, joined by Tom Stoss. Did you hear that?
I yeah, for everyone out there who thinks Alex is a crazy person, there is the Zoom recording thing went off. I heard it. Yeah, I'm not
I
sure if it'll come through, but Alex is not hearing any noises. He's not tilting at any imaginary things today. It's
just
all
those ones.
real.
Yeah, everything I'm
Yeah,
tilting about is real. Um,
yeah.
I guess I'll just get into what I'm tilting about. I won't even ask you first.
Go for it.
So,
Yeah.
so I put up the way I play cash lineups. Hi, everyone, and welcome. By the way, subscribe, like, all that stuff. I'm
You know what
just
to do.
that whole thing threw me off,
Yeah,
but.
yeah.
Um, So the way I get to my volume in cash now, just because I'm still like pretty advantageous, or playing head to head is still advantageous for me. I still have a little bit of an edge, but I play 33 entries at $3 and just take whatever I can get and go. And I usually limit to $6, or sorry, 6 entries. Like people can only take 6 of my entries. And there's one guy, Roadman 338. It's like Roadman in numbers. He's a good player from like before, I guess, and he's come back. But I don't have him blocked, and so I forgot to put the limit on my Spurs showdown today, and he took all 33 of them. And as soon as I saw it, I was like, I'm gonna lose. Like I've gotten the better of him, and pretty much I'm just looking through my recap, and I've gotten the better of him in pretty much every time we've played for the last week. But as soon as I saw that, I'm like, his ass is gonna get me. And when lineups locked, and I looked at his lineup, and he had Kane, and this is a cash lineup, but Kane captained with Lloris, and I'm like, yeah, there's only one way this is gonna go. And then when Kane scored to close the half, I was like, all right. And I didn't even watch the Spurs match today because like they're playing the second spot in Europa or whatever, and I just went on a walk. But like as soon as I saw that, I was like, yeah, I'm not following this. I'm not tracking it. So I did lose, and there was something. Oh, the way this classic slate today, Sunday ended. There was only one way I could lose out on the ticket that I was losing, and of course it happened. So we'll
That's
get
the
into
one.
that. What about
Yeah.
you?
I'm just tilting at the big six. Like Mafia is like coming back like down. Everything's falling into place for them as as the gods intended. And I hated it. There was a time where we thought we might get some little variance up top there, and it still is. But like, everyone's pulling the strings for Liverpool now. I get how it's gonna have to be that they're gonna have to let them win and get their Europe spot. That's fine. I'm not mad. Whatever. I'm just gonna have to accept it, and I'll keep tilting.
So this is what Tom is talking about.
Yeah.
The big six has infiltrated, other than Arsenal, has
Yeah.
infiltrated the top 6 spots. Leicester is
Yeah.
now big six as they won
Yeah.
the FA Cup this weekend. Um, I
I
think
like. I'm
that
glad. I'm happy about that. I like
yeah.
that.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
fucking
glad they're
great.
not collapsing. And I think so. Are they in? No, they still need to win one more and keep a goal differential over Liverpool. But yeah, Liverpool's back in it. Spurs are only in Europa again based on goal difference right now. They lost to West Ham twice, I think. So yeah,
Oops.
it's looking pretty big sexy the way that it has all turned out. So yeah, that is a bummer.
But yes, that's whatever. It's inevitable. I guess it
It's
feels
true.
that way anyway.
Sure is. It's like it's a super league of sorts.
Hmm.
So why break away? So there was no classic slate on Saturday. You had the 2 games, Southampton and Fulham, and Brighton and Hove Albion, just Brighton, against West Ham, um, broken up by the FA Cup. So you weren't going to get a classic slate with 4 hours in between, and you weren't going to get a classic slate that started at 7 and ended at 3 for sure. So this Leeds match, I faded Jack Harrison, so you can see how that went for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, we don't need to cover that one. We're not going to cover that one in depth. We are going to cover this one, the Southampton-Fulham match. I did very well in this one, but just looking really quick. Jay Adams, my boy. If Jay Adams scored, a lot of my GBP lineups in the showdown did well from JWP. And then, this is a sub from Nathan Tella. Walcott also a sub from Tella. So that's all that. None of that really matters. And then Walker Peters, who I had plenty of. Carvalho, meanwhile, was stone minimum and
Hey, all right.
and in all of my lineups. Assist from Bobby Cordova Reed, who I got to a little bit because he was playing up front. But Carvalho, like he was in the core at MSI, like 3,000. There's no way he's a good player from. I forget where he came from, but so when that popped off, so did my lineups. For those, I don't remember what happened to this one. Ben Rama and Welbeck, right? Welbeck,
Oh.
yeah.
Okay.
Both in the 84th and 87th minute. Other than that, I don't know what happened. I didn't play it. I actually went out into society for the first time in over a year on Saturday.
Very nice. Congrats.
It
feels good, right?
It was good. We were actually in the downtown area, and a golden retriever puppy came out of nowhere and popped his head up in between my legs. I was sitting down, my legs were crossed, his head popped up. It was literally the cutest thing that could possibly happen. I was like, this is what this is like again. And then we got tacos. So it was cool.
Well, that's incredible. On Friday, there was golden retrievers all over the taco place that we were at too. I don't know something's in the air, I guess.
That's
all over the country. Not yeah.
Something is indeed in the air.
Yeah.
It has been for quite some time. All right. Here's the FA Cup match, which I covered a lot on the Golazzo show on Friday morning. And I said the best way to get different in those is to go for the underdog. And I script 1-0. It just didn't happen. The 1-0, the one lineup that I made in between my haircut and walking to see my tattoo artist. I made one, and it was Nacho, like I touted with Vardy. You'll see it in a second, but it was Yuri Tielemans, the set taker from Luke Thomas, the lesser Leicester fullback on the pitch.
Yeah, has he been hot lately, or am I making that up? I feel like maybe just like two matches in a row. I think he had a good turnout.
I think it's 2, but every now and then he pops off a little bit. So
yeah,
every now and then, but I don't know how long he's been hot. I guess I got to click here and see what his game scores have been. But
I guess you could do that. Yeah,
I'm already here. Oh yeah, so
I don't know where I'm getting that from. I for some reason I remember looking at the lineups. Maybe it was his price was favorable, but I remember being
he's above 7.
Yeah.
And that's a nice run. So
yeah. I think his price was good too. Something about that made him I went to him a lot for some reason. So that helped me out a lot.
Right, his price has been good, and now it won't be. Actually, it still may be, even though there's only one match left, right? Because he scored in the FA Cup and they don't cross-contaminate those. But of course, the Ben Chilwell goal ruled off. I still haven't seen it. I didn't see. It sounded like it was razor thin.
I think it was his arm. Yeah. There was something. Yeah.
That's the worst thing is the arm. I'm Oops. Not. Yeah. So I walked out of that taco place and I saw 2 people wearing Chelsea shirts and I was like, oh, bummer.
Yeah, I'm going to say this is the only correct VAR call that's ever happened. This is the first one that was right. Good on you. Game's back.
We'll allow it. Yeah, right. We're back alive. So we're gonna look at that Southampton match. So I took first and second. I cut second with Bodega, who he's a good dude and a very good player. I didn't even see Jay Geary down here, but this is my winner. Of course, I went with Che, so I got the only Southampton goal. That wasn't a sub. And I'm surprised I didn't have Walker Peters in here because I have him everywhere else. I'm guessing he's here too, but Tede always racks up some points and Carvalho scored. And the only reason I'm here is because I wanted to get Ings because I like that double striker and he didn't even do anything. So the fact that I won this without a clean sheet with the keeper, that's wild.
Yeah. Going for Ings allowed you to get Carvalho.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, that's smart thinking right there.
Mm-hmm. It's chess, not checkers.
I mean, yeah, I wish I had done this one. I forgot that I had played so little on Saturday because that would have been one of the first things I did was go top, go all the way to the bottom, and then build off from that guy who's only 3,000 or whatever. So I would have been in a good spot, I think. Oh well. I'm glad you worked it out.
And he was core. Yeah. I'm surprised with how much again, a lot of it was subs, but I left 2 goals, 1 assist. 2 assists on the table. Someone assisted Carvalho, right? I'm gonna go back up to that because like if I didn't have that, no Cordova
Oh
Reed.
yeah,
So
Bobby
like
Reed. Yeah.
I didn't have most of the scoring and I still won.
No, yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah,
so I was. This was just my. It was my double forward with the set taker and the keeper, and then the cheap player that I knew I was playing, and then the best guy I could possibly get with that. Like that's. I'm sure the way I put this lineup in was 1, 2, 3, 4, and I must have known I could get to Tete here. I think it puts it in the same order that you enter it, but Carvalho was definitely going to be in the lineup. It wasn't a matter of like I got to get Tete, and then we'll see if any like where it fits. It was definitely Carvalho was first on my mind, but
not bad.
let's look at the one I made literally right after it. Switch and Walker Peters. See like how
there he is. Oh yeah.
I do remember going back and just being, yeah, because I had Carvalho in there, and then I was presented with Tete and Walker Peters, and I remember I was like, I'm gonna go Tete, but I'm gonna throw another one in with Walker Peters too, and sure enough, I got 1 and 2 with it, so that's pretty sick.
What were they like? Yeah, they're like only like less than a point apart from each other.
Yeah, and $600.
That's getting different, baby. Good job there.
Let's see. Another one with Ings and Adams wasn't even captain, but Ward-Prowse is so good he can rack those up. Didn't need the keeper. So that's a 3-way cut. Adams, Ward. Another one with Ings. Cavallero and Carvalho. I knew I was going to have a hard time with that. But yeah, so like this is far from the nuts. The nuts would have been Ward-Prowse without worrying about salary. It would have been Ward-Prowse captain, Adams, Carvalho, Walker Peters, probably Tete.
Yeah.
And then there'd be room for one more. Probably at that point, it's just whoever you can fit. Cordova Reed at 42 with the assists. Yeah. So yeah, that's probably the. So wait, Ward-Prowse, Adams, Walker Peters. So yeah, like a 3-3 build and a 3-1. It's just weird, but just because of that's scoring off the bench. But I want to look at Geary, Jay Geary 99 from the FSI Discord, who's been killing it in MLB recently. I had a good day apparently here. So Ward-Prowse, Adams, Cavalier. So set guy, cheap guy, scorer, both set takers, and scorer. So that makes sense. I dig that lineup. Look at one more with Bodega. Cheap guy up top. I like that build. Get you everything. Oh, yeah. Like that's an absolute blowout. And Carvalho gets some crosses. I like that lineup. And he left. That takes some stones. That takes some stones. Like if you do that with the cheapest guy on the slate and captain and 4 savings, and you still leave so much on the table, a lot of times I'll be there and be like, I got to be able to fit something and go back and mess with it. But like realistically, this is the kind of build that you want. Like I wouldn't be shocked if he did the same thing with Minamino here over Redmond. No.
Okay.
Charlie went with Ings. Yeah, see, Charlie knows what's up. Charlie's on the same build. Oh, same build I was. That's why I saw it and I was like, yeah, he knows what's up. Mookie's very good too. It's the same thing. But all right. So yeah, that was that one. I know I had more.
The feeling of getting that goal from that cheap captain would be great, but it really does even out when you don't end up getting first that day. I'd be like, well, I mean, what am I supposed to even do here?
Right. Yeah, that makes sense. That would be tiltable.
Yeah. But whatever. It like I said, it would feel great to like get that right. It was like that would get me through.
Right. So this lineup really quick before we move on, like Cordova Reed at top for so cheap, facilitating these guys. Like this covers a 1-1 match where Reed scores and Ings scores from Adams or vice versa. It covers a 2-1 if Cordova scores twice. It covers a 2-2 if, like both these guys score. It doesn't matter who it's from. He scores twice, or maybe you get a goal from Cavaliero. Like there are a lot of options here. So if it pops off, like I see the process there. I hope so because I did it, but you get a lot of coverage with it.
Was Lippman playing this one?
No, he didn't start.
Okay.
Cavaliero.
I was wondering. Okay. Okay. That makes sense. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was wondering why I wasn't seeing him here. It was either because he was a total flop and everyone down at the bottom had him, or didn't start. So yeah.
If had he started, I would have been down at the bottom, not right there at the top.
Right.
But so yeah, so there was actually looks like a big drop off between some of my other ones. But my first one, the Ariel.
Yeah, the first one.
Where my head went, I guess. And hey, I left 1100. All right. Let's move really quick to we already went over this one, the FA Cup 10K to first that I covered. So this was my build. 1-0 Nacho goal from Vardy. That's all I was going for. That's all I was really interested in. I got the goal. I got the clean sheet. Still didn't matter because my captain got 2.61. But head up here to the top, and then we'll look at what Redcoat did and Ryder great. Sayson's good too. But let's look at the winner.
Yep.
Sure.
Yep.
Goal, assist, sets. He was active, clean sheet. He only had one cross. Like, I mean, that's the build. The build is very obvious. Like, this is a cash build, I think. Like, more than anything. Like, this would have been probably maybe not cash build because you wouldn't have gone to Schmeichel. I take that back. But like,
yeah, right.
It's a cash build with that in there instead.
Mm-hmm.
Although maybe not. Leaving 3,400 on the table.
Oh, I didn't even see that. Whoa.
Yeah.
How do you not go off Timmy to someone up higher up there? That's crazy.
Yeah.
Looking for an assist, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Not me, man. Like, how do you not like get to like Reece James? I guess this is a Leicester sort of favoring, so you want to stay away from them.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's contrarian. Yeah, I jumped to conclusions saying it was a cash build because going for Leicester here probably wouldn't have been a very cashy move. But
right. But so, if you're scripting one goal like total, it's not the worst thing.
Right. I just wouldn't have scripted, Yuri to score, but like that's just really it's a smart play.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's look at some of these sharps really quick. Schmeichel captain up top. Now that's a 1-0 build. That's a 1-0 own goal build right there. No goals on the slate and sets wings with a clean sheet. Like
how many entries was this one? Oh,
this
never mind.
40th.
Look at
that cap space.
What? I could never. How do you do that? Wow.
It's a part of scripting, man. Like it makes sense. Like this is a really easy build to explain.
I guess I do get it with the scripting. I just I don't understand how you're that committed to the script that Castagne stays here and you don't go somewhere else to Leicester.
Because what else would you want from Leicester here?
Good point. Okay, never mind. yeah.
I don't know. Well, I mean, like you
could have the 8,000 range.
You could have gotten to Vardy or Nacho here, and I'm sure he did. I'm sure he had the same build with that.
That's true. Yeah. Good. Okay. Good point.
But I mean, it's the keeper, sets, and two guys that pair with your captain. That's if he gets a clean sheet, they get a clean sheet. So it makes a lot of sense, but it's really a nothing build or a 1-0 own goal build. And for your 40th build, like that makes sense if that's where your head goes. And nothing in a cup final, like obviously that would have to reach penalties. So like going for a nothing build in a match that would have to take 120 minutes to get to that point. Like I don't script for nothing in these cup matches, but I see it. It makes a lot of sense. And like cap space does not equal points. Like NBA does. They have those guys priced perfectly. This is it's a different thing entirely.
Yeah. You know what I think is getting me here is I usually only do 20 lineups ever for like an entry. So getting like just sticking around like to the 40th one and being like, I can do this because this is the other option I'm planning for.
Right.
And I think that's where the coming from, because I have to prioritize a little bit more.
Yeah, I get that. I've never played really over 30, but then I played 150 MMA lineups yesterday, which that's then like Galaxy Brain level where like I didn't even know what my lineups were going into it, which I probably should have broken it down. Like I knew what percentage of exposure I had to each fighter, but I didn't know like what the nitty gritty of my lineup was. I just knew who was in the lineups generally. So all right, let's look at Redcoat really quick. Same thing, except he went with Alonso.
Alonso.
This
Yeah.
is his
Okay.
46th. Here's his 77th. Same thing with Werner. So yeah, like he's really scripting for it at this point. There, he just wants Nacho. Like, see, that's the one I was imagining more. And Ryder Great did the same thing. He's also very smart. I don't know who Archichi is, but it's on the right build. Red coat again. Tielemans, Nacho Vardy with Schmeichel and Thomas. That's a build I may have gotten to. But
yeah,
would have just been a lot of people got to it. Would have been disappointing then. Here's Red coat again. He was hot. Mount. Yep.
Yeah.
This is the pivot off the last one, except Vardy for Perez.
Mm-hmm.
But he's leaving space.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. I still have to like work out of the mindset of Classic where there's points coming from all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
Looking at this is like, oh yeah, of course this is all going to be at the top because there was like so little to go around, pretty much.
Right.
So you're gonna have the same guys showing up.
Yep. That is very true. You get a lot more variance in Classic slates for sure.
Too much. I fell in love with the lack of variance and showdowns, and so Classic is a little tough.
Yeah. Well, just wait until next weekend when it's everyone playing at once.
I might do like a 40 entry thing. I don't know. No, I probably won't. That's probably cut too much for my bankroll. But I want to spread out as much as I can. I might just do like 20 stacks, 20 like 2 T-Leg team stacks.
I know we talked about that. We might have talked about it on the show last time, but I know we talked about it personally, maybe through text. Like, I think I said like that might not be a good idea, but also it might be because if certain teams care, again, let's.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we did
the
talk about that.
So like, who's actually playing for something? Spurs play Leicester. Leicester is playing for something. Like Leicester has to stay.
Yeah. Well, it depends on because it depends on how Tuesday goes for them. I get it. They could be well and clear. They play Chelsea on Tuesday, I believe.
Oh yeah, there's 2 more matches left. Why am I considering?
I thought it was 37-2 for some reason. I don't know why.
Wait, no, it's 38 because there's 20 teams, and so you would play everyone once, but yourself. So it's 38. Why did I think there must be matches throughout the week? For some reason, I thought it was over.
Yeah, no.
Okay, so we'll see. The next Classic slate is next weekend, and I think that's kind of where we're thinking about. But yeah, so like there's a good chance Leicester's playing for something. There's a good chance these 4 teams are playing for something.
Yeah.
Everton could be in the mix if somehow things got weird, but the fact that they just lost to Sheffield, I don't think. But then none of these teams are playing for anything. So the good teams are going to be playing for things, and you could stack them because they could go beat the crap out of each other. I know Spurs play Leicester, so maybe that's not the case. But where's the schedule? Matches. All right.
Yeah,
let's just look ahead really quick. 23rd. So Liverpool plays Palace. So there's a stack. Wolves play United. That's inconsequential. Everton plays City. Chelsea plays Villa. They're not playing for anything, but they're a decent team. West Ham plays Southampton. Like, you could get to some West Ham stacks. But all right, let's cover this Classic.
Yeah.
For today, Sunday, and then we can get out of here. That Palace Villa match was a nightmare. Got up for that one, and I think Roadman kicked my ass there too. Or no, I actually beat him. I came back and beat him because I had Tyreek Mitchell, and then he scored from Etse, who I needed, who Roadman didn't have. But it doesn't matter. We're not going to cover that. So basically, going into this one, I looked at it, and you're like, all right, you got 3 teams who suck against 3 teams who suck less. And when I looked at all of them, I said, all right, Liverpool is the best team, and then probably Spurs and Everton, but Sheffield are the worst team. And Wolves are, so this didn't feel like a great matchup to me. I didn't think there was going to be a lot there. I thought Everton would do more with this, but I was going after Liverpool, and I only played cash today. I didn't have it in me to make 20 lineups because the prize pool sucked, and I just wasn't interested in doing that. So get into Spurs. Kane scores first from Højbjerg, and then Højbjerg scores. So if you got to Højbjerg, congratulations. Lloris was probably a good pick going into this one because Wolves can't score.
Yeah, right.
Liverpool didn't get a clean sheet, but Allisson did score. Was that off a header? I didn't see it. I haven't seen
It was, yeah. I was hoping because it came, because I got the notification that popped up with Allisson. I was like, what? So I flipped back over to it, like hoping that he was gonna tear down field and score that. But yeah, it was off a corner.
That makes sense.
No one had him marked. Just was sent him right through. I mean, it was a beautiful header too. That good on him. I can't knock him for that one.
No, I always want to see that. Like I always get mad that it doesn't happen more. So I'm gonna have to go back and watch it. As much as I don't like Liverpool that much, I'm happy for him.
When you think about it, it makes a lot of sense to put the tallest guy down there near the far corner. Yeah, it is kind of weird. You don't see that more often. I guess you just someone's got to haul ass.
I see them come up more, but like in league play, there's very few times that teams can't lose. So like Liverpool needs to win right now.
Yeah.
I guess like even this, they didn't have to win, but like Klopp saw generally only happens to equalize a match, not win a match.
So, yeah, that's true. Yeah. But, no, go for it. No, you should get 2 points if your goalie scores. When you're 1.5.
Right. 1.5 goals worth. So we had the Højbjerg thing. If you got the Højbjerg, congratulations. If you got to Hal Robson Canu in GPP, if you got to him in cash, iron stones for you. Pereira, I can see you getting to, but I don't know why you would have. Salah and Mane was kind of the question for a lot of people, or you could go with both. And then if you got to Allisson, congratulations from TAA. So that makes sense there. The last one, another weird one. I have literally never heard of Daniel Jebison. If you got to Daniel Jebison, I don't know that he was even in the player pool. I wouldn't be shocked if he was not in the player pool. I can't go back and look, but I would love to know. But I didn't play GPP.
He was.
Was he?
I think he was because I went down to the bottom quite a lot to see what was down there, and I'm pretty sure I remember seeing him down there.
Got it.
But if you went to that, I don't know how much money you had left over, but good job getting to Jefferson if you did.
Well, the big winner today here was the people who paid down to Ramsdale. I didn't. I paid up to Patricio. He still got me a decent amount. But let's dive into it. Did you have anything you wanted to look at in Classic today? Any good results for you?
No, I mean we'll probably see a bunch of because the Spurs match was really, really. There's a lot of points going around there, so I'm sure we'll see how that out. Other than that, I put way too much in Everton. I looking at that Sheffield match coming up was eyeing it like a hungry dog or something like that, waiting for the Everton guys to show up, and they never did. So that's saying a lot of my lineups.
I'd have had a lot of Calvert-Lewin or Richarlison today.
Yep. Yeah, me too.
As soon as I got through my rotation with Liverpool, I probably would have found a way to get Kane and Son into a couple of lineups, but I would have gone straight to DCL and Richarlison. But I only played cash, and I beat Roadman. I got some of that money back by beating him in Classic. So he went with the Spurs thing. I went with the Liverpool thing, and then I just stacked up defender floor points. I don't know how I lucked into double-digit floors from John Fleck and Gio Lo Celso, but Lo Celso at 4,000 was pretty straight away. You're going to go with that, but my lineup's better. I think 1,000 times out of 1,000, I would play my lineup over his lineup. Paying down to John Stone was one decision, but I don't see the point of this. Kane, maybe. Pairing them, I would not have done it today. There's just no way. I don't know why he thought going with Spurs over the cheaper Liverpool guys. I'm surprised by that, but
yeah, that makes sense on a day where Liverpool's not playing and they're not that much. Look, it's crazy that they're the price compared to them. But yeah, I don't know why you do it. At least it's in cash anyway.
Right. Crazy. Really, I won because of my keeper. So
yeah,
14 points, 9 saves.
Yeah, I was really happy about that. I didn't notice that. I just those goals came in and I was like, well, he's done for it. And then I only looked afterwards. I'm like, oh, thanks for diving around, buddy. Right. Sorry.
So that's not why I played him. I played him because I thought there was a good chance that Spurs don't score, to be honest with you. And I was like, I can get that down there. Whereas It's smarter to play a guy you think can take more shots than a guy who you think might like luck into a clean sheet as an underdog. But sometimes that's just where my mind goes. I thought he definitely could have got a win bonus too, because like Wolves could have won that game, but they also suck. So yeah, getting Salah from Mane, the assist from Mane, I would have been awful today had that not happened. But I see what you did paying down here. The fact that the difference between Son and Kane from Salah and Mane, like the way you had to get there was Doucouré instead of Andy Robertson.
Yeah,
like,
right.
Like I couldn't have lived with that. I couldn't have been like, yeah, I'll submit this lineup. Which nothing. No. I mean, Roadman's good. I just don't understand like why you would make that. Sometimes it makes sense to pay up for guys, and I could see where it would make sense to pay up for. If Spurs were playing Sheffield, yeah, I'd have done this.
Yeah.
But it was Liverpool against West Brom and then Spurs against Wolves, and Wolves don't have offense, but like they can play defense sometimes. I don't know. It's just I won my 8 points, but it's not like it's a bad lineup. It's just I wouldn't have done that. Yeah,
this is one of those times where you really you need to work it out in GPP. This is where I would work this urge to do this out in a GPP. Go to the this is how much of a tweak is it cash, like going from like a cash classic to like a head to head, like a double up to a head to head. I mean,
it depends on who you're playing.
Yeah,
because I put the same lineup in across the board. Like I would enter the same lineup in a double up that I would in a GPP. Maybe.
You wouldn't, or you would? I missed that.
In a head-to-head, rather. I don't actively try to get different in double ups.
Okay.
Because like first place doesn't get more than any other spot that cashes. But
yeah,
sometimes you need a difference to clear most of the field, and if something's really chalky, like it makes sense to pivot. But like if I'm going into a classic with a head-to-head, like if the other person and I do the same exact thing, we split the money. Like it's just like we didn't pay, or maybe the rake, but so head-to-heads are good, man. I'm really profitable on head-to-heads. Like if you just figure it out, I don't know.
I got burned a couple of times with them, and I've sort of stayed away. I think I might dip my toes back into the water, but that combination of getting the floor, but also getting different too is kind of hard to nail on. And like I said, I got burned a couple of times with it, so. It'll take some warming up again before I do that.
Yeah, and you got to know who you're playing too. You got to refine your block list. Like you don't have to. You're not going to be playing $5 and above. So like I would block like Roadman, and like for me, I have Tendrils and Gator blocks because they play at those stakes, and I don't want to play them. I want to be able to just throw. It's not like I could go in and withdraw everything if no one matched with me, but that was annoying. And I know like I've already cut the $5 people out. So if I just block them, I can just toss it and leave it. And then I get people at the last minute jumping on, and they generally don't know what they're doing. And sometimes they do, and we have a good match, but I'll get guys hopping on in showdowns, take my games, and like don't even check the lineups, and they have 3 guys sitting, and like you get a lot of that. So it's something you have to go a little deeper on, but it's definitely worth it because as Blender says, your competition is the biggest edge. Game selection and who you're playing, like that's the biggest way to find profit. So
I got to get in. I should get back into that while I'm still badgeless. I'm going to try to trick people into playing me. And then I strike because I'm always going to win, of course.
Yes, always. That's definitely what happens. Sometimes it does help to try and work out your GPP urges in your cash lineup, like go through and play with it longer. I used to not like sit there, and I used to just enter players and be like, yeah, that makes sense, and kind of move on. But going back to cash now, I cycle through my options a lot more than I used to. And I've done a lot, I've been pretty hot lately. I've done a lot better job at identifying the people who are underpriced on a slate, like beyond the guys that are obvious. And that's not always going to happen, but I've done a lot better job at it lately, and that's what's pushed me over the edge. The margins are slim, so.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I wanted to touch on this. This is that ticket that I did.
Oh
and
yeah.
I was in first. So you ever have those where you score a lot early and then you're just sitting there and you see the minutes remaining below you and you're like, everyone's gonna run me down. So
Yeah.
I had
That,
Saramek behind me, and I looked
okay.
at his lineup and I was like, Decore and Allen, like I'm not worried about these two guys running me down and all this stuff. And I'm sitting there and I'm trying to get past this dude who had Salah and Kane, and I felt good about having Dina, and then the way that Flex scored, whatever, it was great. But then, of course, at the end, I get Ramsdale. Same exact lineup. Same exact lineup, except the keeper's different. But
Oh
Ramsdale
yeah,
gets the
look at
clean
that.
sheet of all things. Like, and then that's how I lose to Piano, who Piano Club sometimes is like prescient. Like,
Mhm.
he'll enter one lineup and it'll just have like every goal scorer. Like, it'll be a single entry and he'll just know it's like he's got Biff's
Jesus.
almanac. It's wild. Like, sometimes his cash builds, I'm like, what? And then he loses. And I'm like, I don't know what he was doing. And then like when he hits, man, he hits. It's crazy. He's a great GPP player, but when he does only make one lineup, he's really good.
He must have that almanac because I don't know why you don't take Patricio there over Ramsdale. I don't know. Okay, good job though.
You think Ramsdale's going to get shot at more?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but he's also going to let them through. I don't know. Yeah, right. It was the same idea that I think you're talking about before. Wolves are just a little bit better. I'm sure he'll see shots, but like not as he'll get some of them. Whereas Ramsdale does love to save. I know that now. Like I remember looking at the stats and whatnot, but
The funny thing is, I think we played each guy for different reasons and then got the other result. Like, I played Patricio thinking maybe he could wind up with a clean sheet, and I think he played Ramsdale thinking he'd face a lot of shots. He got the clean sheet, and I got a lot of shots. Not that, I mean, Ramsdale had 6 saves, so it's not like it was just him, but it was interesting. So, yeah, it was a slate. It was a weekend. As soon as I hit big on that Southampton match early yesterday, and there wasn't a classic slate, I was like, I think I'm cool. Like, I had to come back later in the day and do my 150 lineups for MMA, and it's a completely different thing. Where again, like I'm not building lineups, I'm building a portfolio of lineups and then uploading them to the game and kind of just like following the matches over the course of the night and being like, all right, well, I guess I need this to happen right now. So,
how did that work out, by the way? How did MMA go?
I lost $100. Like, I made 56 back on 150, but then I won every single ticket entry, which were all soccer entries. I got one. Right, cool. I got one MMA. Let's see. I'm on 31 tickets right now. One of them is MMA. So I have 17 tickets to the Euros kickoff. That's cool. Nice. I only have 5 to the EPL season finale, and then I have 8 to the Champions League showdown, which that's 50,000 first. So I wish I had 17 tickets to that. Because like as of right now, like I can afford about 10 entries with my normal bankroll. So like as of right now, I'm playing 27 entries to Euro the opening day. And I do better in international. So that might actually be nice. But I would much rather have 27 entries into the Champions League and shot at 50,000. But
yeah. Oh well.
I'm better at showdowns too, so we'll see. But just trying to hit that one big one.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Yeah,
we'll get there, man. Don't worry. You'll get there, and I'll be proud to watch you.
Hey man, slow and steady.
If I hit a first place ever, that's the big one for me. I tasted it a couple times this week.
I keep so close.
I think this week I had multiple times where I looked and I was like, oh whoa, $40, all right, where'd that come from? And then watched it dwindle away. But like it's cool enough to even feel that for a second, so I'm all right.
Yeah, just keep playing. If you keep max entering showdowns, you'll get there. Especially if you're just scripting like 1-0, 1-1. Like it happens.
It's crazy how it's like you can really cover a lot of bases with those. It took me totally by surprise, and it pays off.
But then like you play in 150 max MMA and you're like, I couldn't cover most of it. Jeez, so what happened with me with that is I had 60% exposure to 3 different fighters on the slate, and 2 of them were underdogs and they both lost early. So I was like kind of done early. The other one was the most owned player on the slate, the favorite in the main event. But the woman with the highest score, she knocked her opponent out, I think, in like 50 seconds or something like that. So that's 115 points. And I had 9% exposure over 100. I think that's like, 7%, which was like 9 lineups. And then she was paired mostly with Kevin Aguiar, who was the 60% underdog that I had that lost. So I was just like, I had 2 lineups. When I went to sleep, I had 2 lineups out of 150 where I had either Andrea Lee, who had the knockout, and another winner with 4 people yet to fight, or Lee with 2 winners that weren't the second highest scoring person. So like, I need everyone to knock people out, and I need the exact 3 or 4 people to knock these people out. And I was like, there's no way I'm gonna win. But when I woke up and I saw that I won all those tickets, I was very pleasantly surprised. And I don't think I even had that lineup in the 150. I made those lineups. I hand built those lineups after I uploaded my 150 because I took off my ownership cap. So it was fun. It was different. It's so much different than soccer, and making 150 lineups via optimizer is different. But so
yeah, I'll leave that to you.
It's fun. It's a different game. Like, you're playing a different game entirely. I think you'd enjoy it. It's just like, it's all that game theory stuff. It's all the stuff that Blender talks about.
Right.
Just getting super different and figuring out how to make the optimizer make that happen, which I don't know. I still don't know. Like, I don't know if I want to like put a 60% cap on people, because like that was too much exposure. As soon as Aguiar lost, it was the first match. As soon as he lost, I was like, eh.
Yeah, right.
But like 60 is a lot of exposure. For 26 different fighters, having 60% of 3 different people is probably a lot. Like, I think 40% might be a big cap, but I don't know. It'll be fluid, but it's weird.
Yeah.
That's that.
Yeah, man. Anything else you want to get into, man? I don't know. Is anything cool? Is anything cool coming up this week? I guess the Chelsea-Leicester rubber band match. I want to see them come back with a vengeance, but who knows?
That's true. Especially with them both playing for something.
Right.
But I'm just looking forward to that Sunday.
Yeah, that should be fun. Maybe I'll actually. We'll see. I wonder what the angle is going to be like up in Cleveland. I might make an appearance. We'll see. I'm not sure.
I would, do that go.
Oh yeah. If they had a porch, I'd be in 100%. But we'll see. We'll see when the time comes.
I gotta look at the Euro schedules because I'll be home in July.
I'm
gonna do that.
Okay.
I'm gonna do that now, but we can do that after the show. So, all right. Thanks to everybody for tuning in. If you made it this far, as always, thanks for sticking with us. Tune in to Golazzo Friday morning, and then catch us again Sunday right here at Tilt City. We can tell you what we got right or what we got wrong. So until next time, like, subscribe, all that stuff. Join us at FSI. Join us in the Discord. It's fun. People are smart. It's great. Head over. Till then, see you.